From the window to the wall, we getting lit up in it, big bouncing. We does it big up in it, big bouncing.
What's up? So I think what we're gonna be doing here is just getting, so our son is turning 3, and we bought him this little Xpro like 40cc four-wheeler. So in this video, we're just gonna get it put together and running. If it doesn't make enough of a video, I'll probably have something else I can, throw together and put in there in the same video. But yeah. All we did to start here is we went ahead and got all the wheels and tires put on first. What we're doing here is we're just putting on the front like tie rods pretty much. There's not a whole lot to these on putting them together. They're pretty easy. I don't even think there was instructions like a manual. I think maybe it came with a DVD, so maybe in that DVD it had more of a like in-depth on how to put it together, but it's pretty self-explanatory. There's only a few nuts and bolts, and they're already in the places they need to go, other than for the handlebars. So the handlebars came in a toolkit, and you just put the little brackets on and then just screw them down. The only other pieces you have to put on is like a heat shield for the motor, and then your like front like bull bar, and then your back handle. That's pretty much all you have to put on, other than the wheels and tires. You don't have to mess with brakes or suspension or anything, and then you just got to fill it up with gas and it's good to go. These are pretty easy to install. It's just, it's like an Allen key on one side, and then I want to say it was like a 12 or a 10 millimeter bolt or nut on the bottom side of the like sway bar, tie rods, whatever these pieces are for this. And then here, all we're going to be doing is putting the handlebars on and mounting them. I'm going to leave the brakes and the throttle kind of just straight. And then after my son gets on it, we can kind of decide if they need to be angled more or not for him. And then same for the handlebars. We went ahead and tightened them down, but it's just these two little brackets that go on the bottom and top side of the bar itself. And then you'll just send, and there's like threaded pieces at the bottom of the handlebars that the bolts go into. And I want to say there were 4 10 millimeter bolts. Now here all we're putting on is just like the back handle. I'm assuming just maybe like a grab handle or just to move it around a lot easier without having to start it. So on it, it's just got the nut and bolt on each side, and there's going to be 4 spots that go to the frame of the four-wheeler itself. So you just slide them through. There was a little bit, we had to bend them a little bit beforehand because in shipping, it looked like the box rode pretty rough, so we had to bend one end of it just a hair, just where they would touch. So all you can do here, it's pretty self-explanatory. You just throw the bolt through, put the nut on, and tighten them down. And now we're doing like the front bull bar. So with it came with 2 bolts to put in, but it also had another mounting point at the bottom down there, and like where the frame is on the bottom. You'll see where we take out 2 10mm bolts that are already tightened down. You just pop those out, and then that bull bar slides in there as well. So then you just retighten it down after that. And you can see here where we're having to bend the front frame as well. And this piece here on the instructions, it kind of said it was optional, and we kind of opted to go ahead and put it on. So it's just a heat shield for the side of the motor there in case he touches his leg to it. And all it is you just pop out the old Allen bolt and you install your new one. It's a little bit longer, so it'll go through just the top of there where your pull cable is. Here's just the moment of truth. We're going to go ahead and throw some 91 gas in it, and we're going to, I guess, like purge the system and get the fuel all the way through the lines, and then hopefully it'll fire right up. I've seen people have had like a nightmare getting it to start at first, but there's a bleeder valve on the bottom side of the motor, or not a bleeder, but like a little pump, and you just kind of go until you see the gas go through the gas lines. And we didn't really have a problem getting it started. It's a little bit louder, but we kind of messed with the throttle, and all it is just a little Phillips head screw. And you can also mess with the throttle on the handle and where the like the carb is. You can like open and close it some just with the Phillips head. And right here we're just making sure that it has oil in it before we actually get it to start. So we already wiped it down and we went ahead and checked it, and it all checked out full and everything. In the box there was actually some oil that spilled, but it came with a little bit of oil to top it off if you needed, and it looks like that busted open at some point through shipping. And here we're going to start to pump the gas through the system to get it in to the motor, and we did like 4 or 5 pumps on it, and then we did a couple more just to make sure that there was gas into the system before we got to start. And as you can see, you got to be pretty careful because it's only forward, like there's no reverse on these. So whenever you give it gas, it's going to want to go, but we toned it down on everything, so hopefully it doesn't take off. But yeah, we've got it started and running now, so hopefully this will help you if you guys end up getting one of these, and let the kids use it.